Hey, what's up, friends? It is Monday afternoon after the Super Bowl, and so obviously today we're going to talk about the Super Bowl. Hey friends, Eric Hulkran, Director of Social Media and Content Marketing for the MLive Media Group, and we're talking about the Super Bowl. It was a big night last night. Sports fans calling it maybe one of the best Super Bowls ever. If you're a marketer, you're doing two things. You're talking about the commercials you saw, and you're tearing apart what you can learn and what you thought could have gone better for some of those brands. And some of the things that you might be walking away with, or at least I was walking away with, there was a study out today put out by Facebook that showed 94% people in the United States that were watching the Super Bowl were doing it with a device in their hands. Let me say that one more time. 94% of them were doing it with a device in their hands. So a hoagie sandwich, glass of wine, beer, nachos over here, device over here, which means if you're spending all that money on that commercial that's showing up over here, it also has to happen right here. And the one thing that I will say today a couple hundred times is your content has to speak to the platform that it's on. So you should not take your TV commercial and dump it on Facebook and think that you're done. You should take that asset and make it look different and native to Facebook. And then it should look different and native to Twitter, and native and different to Instagram, because each one of these platforms speaks a different language, and you've got to be able to take your content and adapt them to the platform. And if 94% of the people are watching the biggest cultural phenom of the year, right? More people watch the Super Bowl as a collective than just about anything else you will hear all year long. Well, then you need it, if it's happening here and you're spending all that money, what is happening here? And what are they saying? And what do you want them to say? And are you interacting? On Twitter, there was a bunch of brands that were doing a great job of interacting with people as they were talking in and around the commercials that they were seeing in between the game. And that's what you have to do. They are there to talk to you, and if you're not there, if you spent all of that money to run a national ad and they want to talk to, let's say Jeep didn't do this, but let's say Jeep did, and your Jeep fans want to talk about Jurassic Park and Jeff Goldblum and do that on Twitter, and you're not there, you're not doing it right? 94% of people are talking here. And the one thing that the Facebook report had that I thought was really interesting, and I will put it on the page here in a minute, is that if your Facebook video or Instagram video or Twitter video, specific to Facebook and Instagram, right, is native to those platforms. So you're running a TV spot, then you put a native piece of video on Facebook, the ad recall goes up. And that's really what you're doing. There was a report out, Ad Age did an awesome job last night kind of giving you the backstory to some of these ads, which I won't bore you with, but if you're interested, they had some great stories about what was the backstory behind like the Hyundai commercial, which was one of my favorites. But they did put a report out that showed that there really isn't a sales boost to running a Super Bowl commercial. It's a brand awareness play. So if it's a brand awareness play and you're trying to push them to something else, your Facebook page, your Instagram page, your Twitter page, okay, what happens when they get there? And then how do you get them further down the funnel so they do actually buy something in the future, right? That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to sell something at some point. And how do you do that? Get them to the party, get them to buy the nachos. What does that look like when you spent $5 million to put something on a TV screen? And then what happens on Facebook? Then what happens over there? All right, guys, I just want to do a quick one for a Monday. I will be back on Wednesday. If you have questions, as always, it's Eric at mlive.com. Have an awesome day.